If you're looking for a trusted and reliable source of news and information, check out my friends over at patriotpost.us. They are an excellent source of news, information, op-eds, and all that good stuff. And a link for them will be in the description box. So when you head over there and subscribe, tell them that ABL sent you. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about some ridiculous and false claims that AOC made about black voters and a lot more things on her Instagram live or whatever that was. And I have so much to say. I can't wait to begin. But first, we got to get into the video so you can see exactly what she said. After we get done with that, I'll address the ludicrous point she made in the video. I'll give you my 2 cents, my analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Reaction to so many people of color being highlighted. I think, again, Trump knows exactly what he's doing. Donald Trump has started giving out cash to Black Americans at his rallies. This whole State of the Union was like a game show where he was handing out prizes and surprises and reality TV moments. And this is exactly his political agenda. And, you know, it's not just for political reasons, but one of the reasons why I find it so frustrating that the rights of people of color are constantly negotiated and on the chopping block in politics in general, is, you know, this is one of the concerns, because when suddenly the rights of immigrants are controversial, or issues pertaining to Black Americans are controversial, but issues facing white Americans are not controversial and they're bread and butter issues, this is what starts to happen in our political discourse. And I think that we need to be very careful about this, because it's extraordinarily deliberate and it's being done with a very specific agenda. You know, this also is in line with the fact that Trump decided to make a kind of bogus criminal justice reform advertisement in the Super Bowl. He's being very deliberate in trying to look, ooh, isn't that right, Deco? In trying to look like he's being great for the Black community, for communities of color, etc.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, I don't really know where to begin. Let's start from the very beginning. I guess the elephant in the room for me would be this whole thing about black folks being paid at Trump rallies. I've never seen that before, and I would be the guy to know. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, aka AOC, only knows what she sees on the internet or what she hears from secondhand reports. She's not at these events like I'm at these events. Okay, I've been to Black Voices for Trump. I've been to an actual, just regular Trump rally with 10,000 people. I've been to Blexit events. I've been to the Black Leadership Summit. I've been to an ADO Summit. That's a American Descendants of Slaves. I've been to all these things, paid my own money, by the way, spending thousands of dollars, plane tickets, hotels, food. I got to buy suits. I'm coming from the street, really. I had one suit. It didn't really fit too well. I got to buy suits, ties, shirts, the whole 9 yards. You understand what I'm saying? I'm spending a bunch of money. I wanted to go to CPAC, or I thought about it, but then I'm like, man, I got to spend $1,000 again to go to this event. I might want to start saving my money. You understand what I'm saying? So I digress. The point is that going to these events costs a lot of money. Now, I've been to a lot of these events, any kind of black event featuring Trump or that is about Trump. I pretty much know everybody there, or they know who I am. I know who they are. It's not a lot of us, so it's a tight-knit community. You know, we speak to each other all the time. We have little groups we talk in, so we know what's going on in these particular circles, okay? So what she said about black folks being paid by Trump at his rallies is totally 1,000% false. It's not true. It is a lie. Bottom line. Now, there was an event in Cleveland that was there to promote opportunity zones, but that ain't the same thing as a Trump-sponsored event or a Trump rally, okay? Here's a prime example. I went to Black Voices for Trump in Atlanta last year. Matter of fact, I got this nice hat. Now I didn't get it from the event. It was not free. I had to go to Donald Trump's website and order the hat myself. Nice hat, has MAGA on the inside. You know, it's really just not bought it. I don't even wear it. It's just to support the movement. It's always in the back of my videos back there on the shelf, right next to my MAGA hat. You understand what I'm saying? I bought the hat myself. I bought the MAGA hat as well. It was not given to me. Just like what's the boy's name? Al Sharpton said, "Oh, they put MAGA hats on them back in 2018 during the first Black Leadership Summit." That's my own hat that I bought on my own money, and I paid my way there, paid my tickets and whatnot. So that this whole thing about you being paid is just false, and it plays into this whole grifter narrative that comes from the left a lot. They want to say, "Oh, the only reason why you support Trump is because you're being paid to do so." That ain't the case. Okay, if I really wanted to make money, some serious money, I would be the kind of guy that would come out and give speeches about how bad white privilege is. There's a guy that does that. He goes from school to school, college to college, talking about this, getting paid upwards of 80 grand per month. I won't drop his name, but just know that we in the Black community, we know who he is. You understand what I'm saying? 80 grand a month. D-Ray McKesson, he used to be a school administrator making like 100 grand. This is the guy that's the Black Lives Matter leader with the blue vest. He quit that job to go work as a full-time protester, whatever that means. So if he was getting paid 100 grand before, how much is he getting paid right now to be a full-time protester? Okay, you got guys like Tim Wise, a white liberal who's really Jewish, but that's a different story, talking about how bad white folks are, getting paid to speak at Google. How much does that pay? But I digress. My whole point is that this whole grifter narrative is false, and AOC wants to play into it. Now, let's get into the reason why she probably said that Black Americans like myself are getting paid at Trump rallies, which is false. She is a headline warrior. She'll read a headline and say, okay, I got the whole scoop. I know what's going on. She does not have enough brain power to read an article like I do all day, every day. So I read an article, and matter of fact, I'll place a headline on the screen before you. She probably read, and it reads, "Trump allies are handing out cash to Black voters." Now, when you read that, you may think what AOC thinks if you don't take time to read the article. You may think, oh, okay, well, anytime you see a Black person at a rally, they're just getting paid to be there. That's not what's happening. There was an event in Cleveland to promote opportunity zones put on by a group that's not affiliated with the Trump administration, although there were some Trump affiliates there. $25,000 was given out in increments of like $300, $500. Okay, that was it. There was not some type of whole network or rallies. Trump was not there. It was not a Trump event. Like I said, this hat right here, Black Voices for Trump, this is actually on DonaldJTrump.com. Can you find the event from Cleveland anywhere on DonaldJTrump.com, WhiteHouse.gov, or anything of the sort? But they want to use that one event to say that anytime you see a Black person at a Trump rally, they're getting paid. Far from it. That's not the case. You got guys that are trying to fundraise. Like when we had the first Black Leadership Summit, it was kids there that had no suits, no ties, had to fundraise to get there. I mean, one of my people that I met, and shout out to you know you are, drove like 24 hours from Texas to DC, 17 years old. So no, we're not getting paid to do this. This is a thing that we want to do because we want to do it. Now you can make money, but I've been able to make money any kind of way. Before I was doing this as a YouTuber full time, I was a graphic designer. Then I was going to be a firefighter. I was going to be all right regardless. It just so happened that YouTube came along and changed my world. But I was able to do other things. I've made money before. I've been self-employed since 2007, long before Trump was even a thought to be in the White House, 10 years before he actually got inaugurated. So I was doing all right beforehand, but we'll move on. There were some more things she said in that particular clip I got to address. It's kind of like just bugging me. She's talking about, oh, it was a game show, handing out prizes, this, that, and the third. You're trying to downplay what was going on. You're trying to downplay the scholarship the Black girl got to go to the school of her choice. Why is that a bad thing? The Medal of Freedom given to Rush Limbaugh, that's not really, you probably think he's a racist or something like that, huh? Okay, the family being reunited, the dad had been overseas for a year in the military, and then they get reunited right there on stage. How was that a bad thing? How was that a thing that you would just thumb your nose at or look down upon? Okay, and then I gotta address another thing here. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans. Love y'all. Big up to you. But Puerto Ricans are not the same thing as Black Americans. So AOC, you don't have the right to speak for me. Let me speak for me. If you think there's a certain thing that is happening to Black Americans specifically, how about you get African Americans, Black Americans, whatever you want to call us, to talk about it? Matter of fact, not just any Black Americans. Talk about the Black Americans you're referencing when you're saying we're getting paid at Trump rallies. Ask us if we're getting paid. Ask us how much money we're spending to get to these events. Ask us how expensive it is. Ask us when we had to fundraise and put up GoFundMes and stuff to be able to get to the event, to raise $200 for a plane ticket. Ask us about that. Don't just go off a headline and then push this whole narrative about, oh, you know, these grifters on the right, they're just trying to get money. They're trying to be different. It's that and the third. That ain't the case. Okay. I mean, this is not a safe thing to be doing. I done got doxxed. The police came to my house, guns drawn. You know, people, you know, they're getting beat up behind this. People are really in danger behind this, losing friends and family. You know, I had some knockdown, drag out fights with family members over this. So this ain't a thing that we take lightly. This is a very serious thing. Don't try to like dismiss it like it's nothing. Don't try to downplay it. We're dead serious in our aims. Now, you may have some people that aren't really serious, but they'll get weeded out really soon because they're not really built to be able to handle all the pressure, all the backlash, all the negativity that they get from being out there as a vocal Trump supporter, as a vocal conservative. They're just not really built for it. So that was on my chest. I wanted to get it off. Stop trying to downplay what Trump is doing for the country and for Black Americans. Lowest Black unemployment rate ever. And the Hispanic unemployment rate is low too. So why would you be mad about that? But then again, I forgot. I know we're talking about AOC, the lady that ran off Amazon, who was going to give like 28,000 jobs to her district. But I'll move on. Maybe the left are the ones who should be talked about when we're saying people are paying for votes. Okay. The right is all about do things for yourself. Opportunity zones are there for you to create a business and be able to flourish for years to come off of that business. You know, start something, let it be successful, be able to feed yourself and your whole family with that business. Okay. We're teaching you to fish. We're giving you the fishing ride to be able to fish. So if I give you a fishing ride to be able to fish, I'm paying for your vote. But if I give you WIC, EBT, TANF, Section 8, all of that good stuff in perpetuity forever, then I'm not paying for your vote. Pretty interesting how that works. Illegal aliens getting driver's licenses, getting, you know, paid under the table. They don't got to pay no taxes. Not getting deported when they get caught selling drugs, pimping women, all that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. But we're the party of the handouts. We're the ones giving money to Black voters to be Trump supporters. I got it. I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that AOC was correct when she said that Trump is paying Black voters at his rallies? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or do you think that I'm right when I say that she is incorrect? It's a lie. It does not happen. If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. How about the event in Cleveland? How do you feel about that? Do you think that taints the whole thing? This one event, it just means that, oh, because people in Cleveland were getting, you know, cash prizes in a raffle, that means that anybody that's a Black person throughout the entirety of the nation is getting paid to be a Trump supporter. You know, they're getting paid $200. That makes someone a Trump supporter now at this one event in Cleveland. If that's your viewpoint, let me know why. I love to be able to hear the rationale. Is $200 enough to be able to say, all right, I'm gonna be a Trump supporter. I'm gonna risk getting doxxed. I'm gonna risk getting fired from my job to actually make more money than that. I'm gonna risk losing my friends and my family, my whole social circle. I'm gonna risk losing my church. I'm gonna risk losing everything in my life that matters to me because I'm a Trump supporter. Does it make any sense to you? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I gotta say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.